Hello and welcome to the Impossible Challenge. Now you may be thinking to yourself, Battlesey, what do you mean by the Impossible Challenge? Well, my friend, come on the journey with me as we go through exactly what I mean by that. So, currently, every single faction in the game, no matter who it is, has massive amounts of bonuses akin to as if they were 4 legendary campaigns in one. So, what that then looks like and translates to, you can see the very hardest battle difficulty bonus and buff is attached to this army. They have 40 leadership, 50% melee attack, 50% melee defense, 50% weapon strength, charge bonus, and reload time reduction. So every single battle that I do inside of this campaign is like an uphill battle. As you can see, we'll be fighting against spiders and generals that have redonkulous levels of strength, and that is simulating what it is like for somebody in the game to have 4 times the cheats and 4 times the resources, ability to recruit, so they have 4 times everything. And that is what we're fighting against on today's stream, to see how we fare up against when the AI has such a significant advantage towards me. So, is this a legendary campaign, or is this an impossible challenge? Do you believe it's an impossible challenge? I had a hard time, putting a title to this one because truly it is incredibly difficult. I think that is probably safe to say that the level of difficulty that is established in this campaign is going to be incredibly difficult. Fearless, good to see you. Ghouls, good to see you. Gwent, good to see you. But the other cool thing, somebody made a dwarven mod for me. They made a mod for me that changed the way that Thoric looks. And shout out to the Nostian for creating this mod, because I'm literally in the game, and I think it is absolutely insane. So, do not shame your ancestors, damn brethren. You take me for the Wazzock? Yeah, Nostian, what's up, dude? Honestly, hats off to you, man. This is such a sick mod. Like, thank you so much for making this. It looks absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to play it. But without further ado, Battlesey is going to play with himself on stream. Right, and on top of that one, we've got the impossible difficulty as well. Like we said, so the spider should have, in theory, 10x, 50% more damage. Everything should have 50% more damage. The reload time, everything is just ramped up like crazy. So the beginning battle is telling me that I'm going to lose it pretty significantly. So we'll have to wait and see how we can do this one. We'll have to wait and see. But let's jump into it. New best mod, way better than Meow Yang Booba? True. But no, the Nostian, man. Much love to you, man. Look at my picture. God, it's actually pretty cool. I thought it'd be a really cool... It's just visual, just as an FYI. For the most part, the changes to Thoric is just visual. But I really wanted to give the mod a go properly. And just play with it for a bit. In honor of the wonderful mod that you created, my friend. Because I haven't properly played it. The headset is amazing. Yeah, I believe it was all... I believe it was all created by the Nostian. Like the headset and everything was done by the Nostian. Right, so let us take a look at this one then. Looks like we're gonna have to change the slider of the difficulty. So we know we're effectively against things with... Ah, shoot! I just remembered. I should have made the Longbeards unbreakable. Does the headset have runes in it? That's a good question. It does, yeah. The headset does have runes. That's so sick. I love it. Okay. But yeah, if you want to use these mods on the YouTube side, it's in the description. But for the Twitch side, I will put it in the mod list for you guys. Right. So, as do all Dowie, we box it up. We have to box it up and get ready for this one because everything's effectively going to have unbreakable leadership now because of the amount of cheats they're going to get. So we're going to have to play this in the best way. And I'm going to have to rotate and adjust my positioning to whatever the AI is doing. Logically speaking, with this specific rune, I should probably try and kill the orc boys, as I think that's probably the best target. Unless I start hitting the Spooter, I think the majority of the damage that I'll do on the Spider will be done by the Quarrelers here. Because everything else will struggle in melee. So we know the fact that Thoric will die to pretty much... Oh, Battlesey Ironbrow, excuse me. You're not ashamed yet, so we'll have to wait and see how much damage we can actually input here. But the second we get the option to start shooting the Spooter, we should do. Let's go with guard mode. Let me know if there's any difficulty with the stream. It just said that I had a bit of an encoding issue there, so do let me know from your side, folks, how everything's going. But let's have a look here. Getting close to the danger zone. I think even Forest Riders will do a lot of damage, so I've got to be very careful for even that. I am looking to see potential shots into the Spider, but not just yet. Let's start shooting towards the range Forest boys. So the damage and the stat line that they've been given is actually kind of bonkers, because they have 100% increased reload time, so they're shooting twice as fast now as well. It's a shame that they're shooting these guys, but that kind of is to be expected. I don't really think I can brawl any of them, because their melee attack and melee defense is significantly better as well. I mean, from what I remember, I did this test. I tested this a little bit, and it was legit pure torture from memory. It was incredibly difficult. Let me start engaging into combat here. I get myself and this over here. I do have to be very careful for the grudge throwers. We might be able to get something like this going. Let's get some range down. I think going armor probably makes the most sense, because I know this one has the melee attack, so let's double out the runes. Start fighting to the Spider here, because we just need to put some damage down. Nice. Let's have a look. Ski. We're getting some pressure down on the archers, which is big. I'm a little bit afraid for my general here, but we'll have to wait and see how far it does. We do have some unbreakable units here. Okay, they're charging in a wee bit here. Hopefully we can hold the line for the grudge throwers. I'm gonna move back slightly just to evade combat where possible. Okay, we're getting battered in melee there because of the wires coming through. Let's be careful with that one. We just really need the range damage pressure. Them shutting down my range units here may have cost me the battle. I'll have to wait and see. I can pull back and start getting some pressure potentially in the front line. We may be okay here, but we really need these quarrelers to be okay again. Let's start firing over here. We may have to start getting some pressure down. Even if I can just start firing. I don't know if I'm in the minimum range of engagement. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like I'm not, so let's move back a little bit. Because you can see here, this is the minimum range of engagement. Beautiful. Let's keep going and get those hits in. Grudge throwers are getting a little bit battered, so let's start firing into the Goblin Archers a little bit. Just really desperate. I'm hoping the wire's not going to come through, but we'll have to wait and see. Crossbow spam is how I'm going to win this. We'll have to wait and see, because some of the Dwarven units do actually live up to their name. Like, generally, some Dwarf units are actually kind of bonkers, I won't lie. Like, even with the fact that the AI has 4 times recruitment, 4 times strength, and in general is 4 times better, I think I may find opportunities to utilize melee units, because Quarrels won't hold the line very long. Because you can see, with their stat line reductions, they're not going to fight in melee very well. Wow, 3 wires because they're doing that much damage because of how much the stat line is. I think the sooner I can get rid of the orcs, the better. Wow, it took them that long to beat forest goblins in melee. That is wild. Plan on playing tall or being aggressive. I think logic dictates that I should probably be playing as wide as possible to provide myself as much of a buffer as possible. Purely because of the fact that the more land I own, the more I can lose. Kind of logic from my side, you know. As long as I have a ton of land to lose, it's fine. Handbreakers are not fighting. They're holding the line for these two scooters, just to make sure that they don't get the quarrels caught out, which is worth it. I need to make sure that the backline units aren't impacted here. Are all factions super buffed? Yes, they are indeed. Every single faction in the game is supercharged, which means that alliances may help me significantly, but likelihood of the area that I'm in is pretty unfortunate, as I'm unlikely to get many alliances around the area. Let me check. So 56 leadership at that HP. I'm going to have to change the AI difficulty in a second, because everything is basically supercharged, so I am testing this out as well. So obviously this is not going to be perfect by any means, but everyone's going to be giga buffed basically. But we're testing out kind of the theory of this one, because I really want to make sure to keep amending this mod. This mod effectively, its purpose is to provide a new challenge for players. So I'm doing some dummy testing at the moment to figure out kind of how it plays and how well it goes. If I think that there needs to be some improvements or changes to it, then I certainly will. But for thus far, I think it's, you know, every battle is going to be an uphill battle, basically. Nothing's going to be easy. Hey, Redimir. But you saw there that even the first battle was brutal. Hello, what is this campaign? This campaign is 4 times legendary difficulty. Basically, the AI has the ability to simulate 4 legendary campaigns at once and provide themselves the amount of resources 4 legendary campaigns would give them. And we're also using an amazing mod that somebody created of me. They changed Thoric to be me, basically, which is super cool. So there are going to be a lot of factions in here that are going to be very difficult. My main goal at the moment is probably to try and figure out how I can best tackle my first surrounding area. As if Manfred comes in and starts playing, I'm going to get crushed pretty much instantly. Because what you got to remember is factions that can raise dead, they're not just raising dead, they're raising something that's basically juiced up 4 times, which is going to be incredibly hard for me to beat. So everything's basically an uphill battle from here. There's even a garrison, for example. Like, this garrison here, I don't know if I'm going to win this. I think I might be too battered to win that. So this is going to be pretty... it's going to be pretty brutal. One thing I will say, there are bonuses, so we'll decide if we use this or not. I will let you guys dictate if this is allowed or not. There are very specific Battlesey ones that I have access to, which are very, very, very good. For example, my ancestor smiles upon me. Can you say the same? To combat the fact that the AI is insanely, insanely juiced up. The other one is, this is just another Elgy scheme. So when I'm fighting against the elves, we have significant bonuses to combat, obviously, like I said, the insane cheats that they get access to. Again, more unit mass, more armor and melee attack and things like that for certain elements of our units. We'll see if we use this one, because we get Grape Shot as well. So, depending on this, what I'm going to suggest is we have to complete certain challenges to unlock that specific tier. But until we complete those challenges, these ones are just done by natural, just to sort of allow my power level of my faction to be a little bit better by providing just a little bit of juice at level 1. To help combat a little bit of it. But Shuts, thank you for the 15 months, buddy. I actually don't know if I can win this.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be fine, because you'll see the AI difficulty is going to be bonkers. Let me just check something real quick, because I just needed to make sure this is actually... Yeah, I thought so. Let's make sure that's in place as well. So basically everything is supercharged and juiced up. I'm going to have to figure out how the best way to tackle this is. At the moment, it's going to be pretty challenging, to be honest. But I just love this Battlesey mod, the Ironbrow mod. I think it's so well made. It is so unbelievably well made. They've done a great job with it. Right. Look, it's me. It most certainly is, my friend.
Do not shame your sister, Joey brother.
I mean, ultimate goal would be to voice act a Dwarven mod, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right, so we got the Unbreakable and the Ironbreakers, so I'm probably just have to use the Ironbreakers here mainly. As you guys know, the AI is super juiced up, so even Orc boys have 56 weapon strength. Some new skills are replacing a few of the original skills. Okay, I'll have to check them. But no, much love to you, man, for making it. I'm still so hyped to play it properly. Okay, let me have a look ski. And we need to move out to the open. Because obviously the insane legendary cheats that I have given as well will probably help combat some of the insane BS that we'll have access to. But I haven't, like I said, I need to probably give this mod a bit more of a go. Maybe in a different setting, I'll probably play it. But honestly, what you did with the headset and giving the headset the ruins, it's so cool. I honestly am so amazed at how you made this. Oh my god, it looks like a dwarven like horn thing. I'm not sure where you got these from though. But looks sick. Right, so get the Grossos in place. Yeah, 41 weapon strength is just so bonkers. 28 missile strength. That's like just as strong as elite range infantry.
It is a reckoning.
Alright, let's start getting some shots into the Orc boys because we need to do this. Get specific items are given from skills. Roger that one, Captain. Let's grab these guys. We should all be theoretically unbreakable in this position, which is good. I'm thinking we're probably going to want to move. Let's have a look at the range. Let's have a look at the cavalry. Let's move you on this side.
Range far! Range fast!
Let's move you on this side. Because cavalry is only really the problem. Apart from Belagor model, that's so cool. I love it so much. Alright, let's see how we can handle ourselves against the legendary AI here. Well, the legendary 4X AI. My goodness. I think the main thing that I'm probably going to have to make sure I'm doing is just playing incredibly smart per battle. Because every single unit that I have access to is worth its weight in gold effectively. I think, logically speaking, I'm probably going to start transitioning to Quarrelers as much as possible because I'm playing Thoric. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I will specifically have to play it out to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Let's move forward to see if we can get some cheeky Wrath of the Ruins. Stuff like Goblins I'm fine with, but it's the Spear of Infantry. I actually love the fact that they gave Gobbos anti-large. I mean, in theory, like, literally anything's large to a Goblin, though. If you think about it. Alright, let's cast right in front of it so they can walk into it. Couple thousand damage, yeah, we take that. Like 2,000 damage, pretty good. Let's start shooting the Rangers. I'm just trying to think, because the second... I mean, this is perfect against Goblins. One of the beautiful things about Gobbos is their HP per entity is so low. So just watch this volley. Watch this volley right here. Everyone say goodbye to these Goblins. Did you guys say goodbye quick enough? I hope you did. I hope you managed to get it in there. Let me move around and intercept the charge here. This is important, as this is pretty much the only thing that they can really do. This is the only play that the AI has, and they're doing a good job trying to flank around. Should be able to lock them up there. Let's get Thoric in there and lock them up too. Buff up the melee attack when possible. I mean, 36-36. I mean, they literally have very close stat line to Longbeards, which is kind of bonkers. So their crappiest cavalry is on par, basically, from a stat line perspective to my Longbeard, which is tier 3. Oh my god, 66 melee weapon strength. Yeah, I've got to be really careful. I'm I'm gonna have to be really careful with my heroes here. It's the damn leadership as well. Look at this. Other plus 42. So these guys have close to 100 leadership. So Goblin Archers have close to 100 leadership, smiley face. When I said this was going to be challenging, I really did mean it. I'm basically fighting against like everyone's worst nightmare, and that's like insanely juiced up goblins. Oh, dude, Skaven Slave's going to be brutal. Hey, Jareth. I actually don't know what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do to beat Skaven Slaves and like Noblers and things like that, because they're actually very powerful units. Just naturally. One of the things that lets them down always is their kind of like ability to survive, or their leadership, because it's such a low leadership. Oh, and Redimir, thanks for the follow, by the way, let's go for the cheap cast. It will still do decent damage to actually my units, so I gotta be careful with that one as well. I mean, the wild thing here is, I'm not even kidding, guys, it might be more efficient for me to just let my units die. For Legendary in 1, yeah, Jareth, we are basically simulating the ability. The AI's ability is in 4 campaigns. Look, even the goblins are kicking my butt. I gotta be really careful. Ideally, what I could do is get the Iron Breakers out of combat. We're all unbreakable here, so I'm probably going to have to lick my wounds quite a lot from this fight. Look at that, 10 of them still left, and they still have a lot of leadership. Oh, thank God, Army Loss bonus kicked in. But ironically, there might be certain units that... Oh, no. I was going to say. There may be certain units that might have enough leadership to counteract the Army Loss bonus. This is going to be an uphill battle, boys. This is going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure. Only 88 losses. We have 300 troops remaining. I'm actually pretty happy we managed to take these guys down. It's not bad, you know, it's not bad. Also, guys, how many in the chat have played Warcraft 3? How many of y'all wholesome hunks have played Warcraft 3 before? And if you're not aware, we're doing a FFA campaign on Saturday as well. A community FFA campaign. So if you're interested, share your interest in the old Discord. Long time ago, because I have signed up for a tournament. So yeah, I've signed up for a Total War tournament, for a Warcraft 3 tournament. I've never played before. Like I've not even finished the campaign in Warcraft 3. I've done some of it. So I may be absolutely cooked. It's hosted by Turin, so it's gonna be really interesting. Also a long time ago. Okay. Maybe if we put all of our brains together, we can do it. Right, you'll have to let me know which ones are tied towards skills and which ones not. So I'm pretty sure these ones are all standardized, right? Apart from Streamer's Luck. But yeah, hopefully some of these will help counteract the insane cheats and stuff that the AI are going to get, because we do have a couple of these stat lines that are also trying to counteract some of the insaneness.
Ironbrow.
Wrath of Ruin always. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get my grudges? Am I going to have to sit? I don't think I can win the next fight. Hey, Endless Orbit, good to see you, matey. I don't think I can win the next fight, I'm not going to lie. I need Quarrelers ASAP. I also need allies really quickly, too. Wait, if I declare war on Skaven, even if they bring Skaven slaves over to me, I'm absolutely fried. Genuinely, if any of the Skavens come towards me with the plus leadership, I am really boned. Because look, can I see any armies to show anyone that's just joined the chat? No. But if we find another army, folks, I'll show you the insane cheats the AI are getting right now.
Master Rune Lord.
I also feel like if I could, I should be recruiting warriors. My replenishment's not terrible, though. Wait, when did they change this? Have you always been able to recruit Longbeards at tier 2? That's pretty damn good. I suppose, yeah, it would make sense because tier 3 is Longbeards anyway. I'm just trying to think, is Slayers going to be any good? I feel like Slayers will be trash with the AI's cheats.
If you want something done right,
Can't really justify the price, and I can't really afford it either. So I've got to be a little bit careful. I've got to make sure that I'm a wee bit careful, but we'll see. Right. As long as I'm not, like, absolutely frying this, we should be fine. 3 skills that are... Understood. Yeah, that makes sense. So I was gonna speed running their vows? Yeah, quite literally. I mean, a goblin would 100% beat a slayer. There's no questions asked. With the levels of cheats that the AI is currently getting, I don't believe there's any chance that a goblin would win that fight. I think the odds of that is pretty much 0. Because the goblins will equally have basically unbreakable. Right, hopefully, there's a general in here as well. And if there is, I can show you the bonus. Yeah, there is, yeah. So to all the folks that have just joined, this is the very hardest battle difficulty. And you can see that the cheats that the AI are getting, leadership plus 40, 50 melee attack percentage, 50 melee defense, 50 weapon strength, 50 charge bonus, and 100% reload time reduction. So everything is basically insane, is the TLDR. Any unit in the game become viable because of the fact that the cheats available to them. And this applies to the garrison as well, as an FYI. This applies to literally everything encoded into the game. There is nothing that this bonus doesn't give. Yeah, it is, it's going to be interesting. Who hurt me? Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's one of those things where, let's have a generalization. Do you guys think that the game is too easy? Generally speaking, from any difficulties you play, do you consider the game difficult? Would you consider it difficult, yeah or nay? Let's have a look here.
by Gromny, chuff to.
I personally don't think the even legendary, I don't think is super difficult. But maybe that's just me. For the most part, yes. Okay. I mean, Katarina's campaign now is pretty damn difficult. After playing Katarina, hey, no, good to see you, mate. After playing a bit of Katarina recently, it's got a bit of spice to it. It's got a little bit of spice to it, I won't lie. Oh, and Jorah! I saw Mercy's video on Kislev, and I saw you were put in the description. I was like, that makes sense. If anybody knows the Kislev campaign, it's going to be my boy Jorah. Really miss Warhammer 3 difficulty. It was so much fun. I think the difficulty was purely because of the fact that they balanced the game really badly. To be honest, I don't think the difficulty was intended. It was because of the fact that they balanced the game poorly on release. And the fact that it was hard, the fact that it was challenging was a byproduct of that. Found it difficult because I'm a new player is the way the AI army are controlled. I think the best moves in terms of ambushing, yeah, that's fair. It was aggressive back on launch, so yeah, I'd agree to that. I think I think it was your post that I was reading about you talking about how Katarina's campaign is really good and how all of your campaign should be legendary should be akin to that, and I agree. I think it's really good feedback. Right, so hopefully get some free damage here. Unfortunately, we did miscast, but that is okay. Let's let them reconvene. What kind of challenge am I doing? The challenge we're doing today is that the legendary has 4 times the difficulty.
Ancestor gods!
So effectively envision that the AI has 4 times the recruitment power and everything, as if they're playing and simulating 4 legendary campaigns. Okay, decent damage, but the shame is that I really want the Iron Breakers to keep firing, but I won't be able to.
It is a reckoning!
Let me break the box a little bit. I generally think that I don't think...
Strike out!
Yeah, let me do this. I was going to say, I don't think I'd win the fight with a few dwarves. Let me try and move out. If I move directions here and start chasing them down here, I think it might help a lot. I want to avoid being in melee at all times with Lord v Lord fighting. Wow, if the AI really retreats towards that, that's going to be smart of them. One thing that I actually think is quite interesting, if you are fighting against a unit that has insanely good stat line, for example, 68 melee attack, 42 melee defense orc boys, my god, send help, you can actually ambush yourself or flank yourself, because only the units that are currently engaged in combat with a flanked unit have the reduction of leadership, or excuse me, have the reduction of stat line. Which is a fun fact that I learned fairly recently. So in actual fact, it's not that efficient to flank certain units. The only time where it has a ton of value is if you flank a unit that you're significantly stronger than. It just amplifies the bonuses you have already currently pre-existing. It's a little bit of a trap sometimes, I've always found. But it is very counterintuitive. You wouldn't think it'd work like that. Let me demount these guys and just... Hey, Jester. Let me see if these guys win. So 29 of them. In fairness, their stat line's actually relatively decent. Yeah, this is sort of what I was expecting. Dwarf Warriors losing against Goblin Archers. Because you have 95 defense, which is kind of bonkers.
Ready to serve! Hit your targets well! Quarrelers! Wrong these well! For the ancestors!
Thank goodness. Everything still in the occasional audio hiccup. Oh, okay. You guys keep me honest, let me know about it, alright? I will trust your guys' discretion.
Quarrelers! Put those dwarven legs!
Got 9 HP, still have leadership. Yeah, sounds about right.
Axes out, lads! Strike the room!
That sounds about right.
Take him down! Pull out!
Without my guy fatigued, I'm going to struggle to kill him.
Master of rule!
Once I get Rune of Path and home, we should be chilling now.
Grudge thrower!
Jump back on.
Aye, as ye command! Pick your targets well!
I mean, shooting these guys
Hold
doesn't
those
seem like a terrible
dwarven
idea.
legs!
I mean, thankfully the Iron Breakers are absolutely units, so at least that we've got going for us.
Get in close!
A single random goblin with 6 HP is attacking us here.
Breakers!
My goodness. Yeah, so we did end up losing that engagement there, which is a shame. Iron Loss bonus is probably how we're going to have to, like, finish off most fights. Most fights, it seems.
Get them! Shoot those
I fear.
bastards! Now, Urch, feel our wrath!
Okay. Ideally, we can get him killed. Okay, good. Right, close victory. Finally, a victory that wasn't brutal. Ooh. Okay. Not knowing where hidden armies are, have reinforcement blocking, etc. is a bit much early on. No, I would get that. That does make sense. I'd always recommend backspacing. So one of my points of frustration when it comes to the AI sometimes is that instead of fighting you, they'll try and run away. So they'll try and avoid skirmishing and fighting you. So they'll do everything they can to run away from you. And what you can do to combat that one is by attack moving them. or moving to attack them, and then backspacing. Dulfair's Battlesey eyebrow is not real, only in my nightmare does he live.
It is not just in your nightmares, Dulfar, you silly manling. The Battlesey Ironbrow legacy lives on. You have shamed your ancestors coming here.
What does backspace do? I'll show you. When I get the opportunity to do it, it basically stops your movement on the campaign map, which is incredibly useful. Right, we need Bruno of Hearth and Home.
Arcane wisdom.
ASAP. It'll stop your character's movement,
Right,
which will allow you to catch, which will allow you to basically attack them on your turn when you have 100% movement. They'll retreat, and there's no way they can survive against you. There's a couple of armors that you've got in here. Ancient runic headset. That looks sick. Liquid fortification as well. Okay, now we're cooking.
Rune Lord of Caracazol.
Yo, Pizza Lad, much love to you, mate. I'm gonna drive home from work. You take care of yourself, Pizza Lad. I'll make sure not to be too entertaining as always to distract you. Battlesey Amber's legacy only just started. It's quite a short legacy.
Shut! Tell me no alliance while I'm the High King.
Right, let's have a look. Thankfully my replenishment's not terrible. We do need to make sure to lock down whatever's remaining around the area. I am a little bit afraid about potentially what's going to happen with the lizardmen. If I could get a non-aggression with him, I'd be very happy, but I'm going to be curious to see what happens. That's an electrical hazard. It is a little bit, isn't it? This is just... I'm just so impressed with the mod. I really want to play it and give it a go. It is very, very cool. And deserves all the love it can get. But yeah, basically backspace, I'll do it on the same turn. When my turn starts, I'll show you what it does. It's very, very, very useful. I think I move over here, I recruit one more turn, and then we can move out to fight the Greenskins. Although their recruitment compared to mine, they are stronger in every way. Maybe it's not a good idea to dawdle.
For glories past.
Wait, is all this terrain mine?
Off we go.
Looking at spacebar, it looks like it is. And then here it stops. Oh my god, have they changed that? I don't remember it being that good. It's usually very rare for settlements to have that long of a... like a reinforcement line. Or a thingy line. It's always been like that, it's insane. Right, let's see. Have we been given that item? We have not. So it looks like this isn't triggering, but that's fine. Oh, it's from skill streamer's luck. Okay, understood. Understood. So yeah, Slagger. Once again, if you're new to the stream, very hardest battle difficulty. It is simulating the cheats that AI gets in 4 legendary campaigns in 1.
Always our best.
And do you know what? We're actually not doing too bad, to be honest. I'm pretty proud of myself, actually. Not to toot my own horn or anything, guys. But we are not dying, which is fantastic. We're not dead yet, which is pretty damn good. Last time I simulated and tested this one, I had a lot harder of a time. It was very difficult. I basically got rolled over the first couple turns. But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, you can see the AI has increased recruitment as well. They have increased recruitment, increased everything. And I believe the army's basically free as well. They should be getting cheats to make it so that their army is free.
If you want something done right, on we go!
Okay. We're going to want to wait until level 3, I think. Once we get tier 3, we can get a couple of good things in here. Just have to be very mindful about what's going to happen. Normally, upgrading your minor settlements is not a good thing. Generally speaking, putting all your resources into scaling up your settlement as fast as possible, or scaling your capital up as fast as possible is generally good. Rank 3, tier 4. Then you can probably start justifying moving points into your minor settlements, because then the value you get is a lot better. Because you'll get to a certain point where your growth, actually the investment you'll get from increasing your tier 1s to tier 2 makes more sense, because you don't need that much growth for a population surplus at rank 1.
As you like.
But I'm happy with this so far. We're going to wait to upgrade this at turn 8. We're going to beat Slagger up. He's going to have a pretty juicy army. I don't know if we can win the siege. Is this kind of a new lord? This is Battlesey Ironbrow, my friend. No, this is a mod that was created by the wonderful the Muthian. And the helmet looks sick. It's basically me. I would be interested to know how hard it would be to voice act it. I know there's a lot of... I know Audio Mixer was created to make it a little bit easier. The guys that did Champions of Death, they did a great job with that one. Oh, no. Guys, what do I do? I don't think I can win against them. Juiced up Lizardman at this time? I think juiced up Lizardman with the amount of insane cheats they'd get would roll me over. What do you guys think? 1 if we go to war, 2 if it's into the book. But I think Krokgar with the levels of cheats he may have access to could just simply roll us over. You guys think 1 from the Tubers? What do you guys think? What's the overall consensus? War, a man's calling is war. A man?
We're the Dowie here. We are the Dowie.
We're not a man.
Silly manling.
Alright. And Oof, welcome to the stream, bud. Go on, for content.
It is content time, boys.
So we're going to have to make sure that we finish off these. Leadership plus 40, every battle takes 30 minutes. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. The battles definitely do have a lot of additional time to them. It just amplifies the strengths of certain units, just simply due to it. But we are testing out this mod. Like we mentioned, the AI has effectively 4 times the cheats that a legendary campaign would have. We are simulating 4 legendary campaigns into 1. And I'm being the dummy here and playtesting it to see how it plays. If it isn't a good idea, we'll figure it out. And ooh, thanks for the follow, buddy. If it isn't a good idea, and I'm just like, this is just pure torture, this is not feasible, I would not recommend this to anybody, then we can change it back and change it a little bit. Because the other stats we were going to try and change was HP, but it is blooming difficult. Changing the HP with a buff is very hard. They get extra gold, everything like that. Yeah, everything they get. It is quite literally envision legendary campaign 4 times squeezed into one. Right, I'm going to have to position myself in a really good way here. Generally speaking, here is better to attack because you can. There's minimalistic crossfire here. Pain, but in a good way. I would say so too. I mean, if you're new to my content news, I have completed. Well, I was actually one of the only people to ever do this. I managed to finish a legendary campaign of Norska, and that was it. No, I'm joking. That was a joke. I mean, no one liked to play Norska. The challenge actually was in Warhammer 2. I played Norska in a no-loss situation. I couldn't lose a single battle, and if you remember Warhammer 2's victory conditions, it was savage. And it took me, I think, 100 hours to finish. All in all, it took me about 100 hours to complete that challenge. Ah, crap, I left my generals over there. Probably a good thing. Because we're still on foot. We can probably break the wall down first. And I loved every second of it. I honestly did, to be honest. The reason why I loved that campaign was because A, it was insanely challenging, and it was really difficult, and it really tested me as a player. But B, it was a great, stream experience. I literally streamed every single day for like a month. Literally every single day. And I even, I could probably show you guys Google Documents and loads of other things where I researched how to better do it. Like, I genuinely went really deep into it. The very last event on the Norska for the Chief. Yeah, it didn't activate and bugged out. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, the sad thing is, I really like Norska. I like the vibe of Norska, but the game does not like the vibe of Norska. Norska is not a faction in my view. Anymore, anyway. Alright, let's get this wall down and then start filtering in the quarrelers. Once we have a little bit of room to breathe, we'll do it. Also, this is really lame, but I'm going to show you guys because I love it. Oh, hold on. This makes me very happy. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Oh, waiting for the wall to go down. I'm collecting squirrels! Look at these cute squirrels! Look how cute they are! I've started collecting squirrels. Squirrel's my favourite Pokemon. My man's the go. Very cute. Squirtle is cute. New hobby? Yes, indeed. I've started playing the TCG as well. And yeah, I feel like I agree. On the Twitch side, just to let all the Twitch viewers know, ads will be kicking in 4 minutes to 3 minutes to get rid of pre-roll ads for the hour, just to let you know. Alright, we're climbing over here, are we? Yeah, we have. I don't think you can ruin... No, you can't on platforms. I don't think you could.
Agreed. Obey me.
If I can time this over here. Beautiful. So one big thing to always make sure to do, never cast while something is on the floor. And the reason for that is units don't take damage when they're on the floor. Unless they changed that with the ogre, one of the ogre changes recently. If I'm not mistaken, I remember something like that being a thing. Also, I am not going anywhere near these squig herds. They'll absolutely crush me. Probably should just start killing this tower then. And let the quarrels do the thing. But yeah, know where it is. I am loving collecting. Alright, let's see. They're trying to capture this one again, so let's move up. I don't believe they have any archers on this side, so we should be okay. The AI AI is actually playing quite smart to run away and just let the squig herds take care of me. As I'm almost 100% certain that they would lose the fight here, though. If these guys fight, they will 100% lose. Because they're exhausted. If they've just climbed the wall and they stay stationary, can they recover their fatigue? I feel like the answer should be yes. But you never know. Logic dictates that the answer should be yes. But I'm not certain. Alright, start shooting these guys down. This is one of the best things about Corlers, is their ability just to push units off of walls. Like, they're one of the better siege units, to be honest. I mean, theoretically, they should be able to recover fatigue. That is, like, the way that the game is coded, in that you can recover your fatigue to the level of the fatigue you had when you walked into the battle. If that makes sense. So, for example, if you are fresh in the battle, you can recover to active, because you can't go fresh again. There is not a leadership threshold to allow you to go to fresh. Can we... Ah, I can't cast it over here. Do you have to have line of sight? For, this? So, yeah, very tired. Maybe we should be able to go active again. Right, we're just going to try and shoot these guys down. It was a little bit silly by my end to do what I did, but that is alright. Once again, let's check out Battlesey Ironbrow. I love the headset. It's your boy. And it is the exact headset that I'm wearing as well. Looks exactly like. It looks sick. So we're just basically waiting for the AI to basically filter into some shots here. We do definitely need an engineer. An engineer would help a lot, to be honest. And it is a shame that we don't have them nearby. But we're thankfully in a position to recover our fatigue. I'm not too worried about them building towers. I don't think I need to be worried too much about that. Obviously, it's not super ideal for them to recover a ton of fatigue, but I'm not too worried. I think I should probably stop shooting and then potentially take advantage of the fact that they've moved away, filter into the towers, or filter through here, and then control the walls and just shoot down from it. You can see them. Like, I'm almost certain I'm going to get smoked if I try and fight these squig herds. Yeah, double non-thingy is pretty nice. I was never finished the VOD. Yeah, so fatigue, the way it functions is envision like a fatigue token. So every single battle, when a character or unit exerts fatigue, there are different definitions of how much fatigue is consumed. For example, walking, you actually recover fatigue. Running, you consume fatigue. I think it's like I'd have to remember the numbers again, but I don't know. I used to remember the exact numbers, but like the threshold of fatigue is like in the thousands, and I believe running is like 3 per second. It can get very technical. This is one of the really, really interesting things about Total War, in my view, is that the game can get very complicated if it wants to be. Like, it is kind of crazy how fatigue can be really, really massively impacting your games. It's a classic. The AI is still very silly. From what I remember, you recover while walking 14 times slower than you standing still. It's the same nowadays. I think you're probably on the right train of thought, but I think it's changed in Warhammer 3, where it's more so like 3 times slower. It's 4 for running. Yeah, there you go. 4 to consume while running. I believe walking reduces it by like 1. Like, reduces your fatigue by 1. But maybe I need to change the leadership. I think that's good feedback by Down With It Tunes. I think that's good feedback to potentially change the leadership. I think you're right. Leadership is probably the thing that is going to change the dynamic here. Maybe like having them as a glass cannon is fine, but having leadership to the extent it is, like for example, these guys have 87 leadership. This goblin has better leadership than my dwarven units. Now, whether or not that's a good idea or not, we'll have to wait and see then. 51 melee defense as well. Like, only you're gonna have everyone being unbreakable? Effectively so, yeah. That is a situation we're probably gonna find ourselves in. Make more tedious and hard. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to try and change the leadership to BH. Damn it. I am actually curious at this point how badly these squig herds would smash me. I feel like they'd crush me. Yep. Oh my god. Say goodbye, nerd. I love Wrath and Ruin, man. These goblins are beating my quarrelers in melee! I need to pay more attention. I really need to pay more attention than that. Like, just naturally, I'm not thinking about the fact that they're going to lose the fight, but they are. Yeah, this is all about trying to find that sweet, sweet balance of difficulty and challenge. Yeah, one of them with 13 HP left. 56 weapon strength. There you go. Okay. See if we can start doing this. Like for the Wrath and Ruin. So Wrath and Ruin is obviously like an infinite resource, which is nice. Let's bring the Ironbreakers up. We are slowly whittling them down, and they have actually moved quite a lot of the resources towards defending. Which does make sense because the general's killing quite a lot of units, so... you can tell that Battlesey Ironbrow is casting first. And then Gottfried Grimson is casting second. Okay, not bad damage. Oh, and they're falling off the walls as well, which is big. So if you're not aware, if units fall off the wall, they instantly die. Okay, beautiful damage there. Normally, a typical goblin would flee at the sight of what just happened. Not these goblins. Not these goblins, boys. Probably should save the ammunition for dwarves.
You've changed ancestors.
For greenskin orcs. But I am curious to see how the testing of this one keeps on moving forward. Oh, it's Bank Holiday Monday, I've just remembered. Looking forward to that. Love me a Bank Holiday. The challenge is, I get absolutely smoked by the squigs. Maybe I can use one of them. Maybe we use Wrath of Ruin on one. I mean, Wrath of Ruin theoretically has bonuses as large. You're off all next week? Nice, Scott. Very glad for you, mate. Good old Scotty too hotty. You're right, bot. Apparently there's a Pokemon TCG tournament going on in Rome in late May. And I'm quite tempted to go and play in it. But now I've got Turin's tournament, so I probably shouldn't. Like, it's one of those things where when you sign up to do a tournament, you don't want to be like, you don't want to be really bad, so you kind of have to practice. As I may embarrass myself. I have to be careful. I definitely do think the AI is really janky. There is no way the AI beta has fixed any of the AI behavior inside of Sieges. I refuse to believe that. Because the AI behavior I'm seeing in Sieges is not very good. I think the AI behavior was only affected in campaign map, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know that for sure? Just campaign AI beta? Yeah, I thought so. Because, like, in the battles, I still see them really perform and do really silly things. Does that make sense if it's just this? Alright, let's cast the one. And then cast another one once they've stood up. Beautiful. So they're basically unbreakable. Ooh, we actually do have damage sustained minus 157 there, so it did make them rout, which is good. Now we're going to move in with our infantry as well. I'm going to assume at their HP levels we should be okay. The general I'm going to get crushed. Rework sieges later this year. I mean, for me, the main things with sieges... Maybe I should make a video about it, but the main thing with sieges are... The system it's designed for fundamentally does not fit into the game that we have currently. Like, the vision of sieges made a lot of sense, and I actually think sieges and, like, defending sieges is a lot more fun now. I actually think defensive sieges is actually better. Attacking sieges is in a little bit of a bad state. Because of the way that it functions and the way that you punish as the player. Like, for example, they nerfed towers to the ground, if you remember it. Towers used to be insanely OP, and it actually made defense possible. And made it quite interactive. Like, Nurgle towers on release were insane. Like, generally, if you were playing Nurgle, you could win fights just from your towers alone. And ladder pathfinding, yeah, ladder pathfinding is brutal. If they removed ladder pathfinding altogether and just removed butt ladders, I think that would probably improve sieges like a lot. Just that naturally probably would increase people's happiness with sieges. But then again, if you go all the way back to the update, the reason butt ladders are a problem is because of Siege Attacker being given to every legendary lord. I don't think Siege Attacker should have been given to every legendary lord. I really don't think. I wasn't a fan when that changed. Because I didn't think it made sense. For example, certain legendary lords, it makes a lot of sense. Generally, certain lords, it's like, yeah, I can see why he would have Siege Attacker naturally. Like Kolek, for example. Someone like Kolek should have Siege Attacker. He could just bash the gate down himself. But like Gel? I guess with his magic he could probably break stuff, but logically it doesn't make as much sense as Kolek. Because it depends on how you would address the trait. Do you mean that the trait is applicable to their ability to do it themselves? Or through magic? Dirthu, yes, yeah, like Dirthu's a good example as well. Dirthu logically would be able to do it too. Hold on, let me keep moving through. I gotta keep an eye out because my unit's getting battered as well. I can't afford to lose a general. Yeah, at least thankfully we've got a lot of damage coming out. You've used your ammunition. I'm just gonna go capture the main point, to be honest. I think you have to get this as a prerequisite, so we'll move over there as well. But I'm basically gonna have to kill everything before they die. Before they rout, sorry. Here we go. I'll have to keep an eye out as well. Yeah, and be very cautious of the fact that I might get in trouble here. If I die in game, I die IRL. Bloody hope not. Maybe that's... I signed a contract with blood that I didn't realise when playing this mod. Hopefully not. Guess we'll find out though. Let me break this down. Grab all the range units to start dealing with this side. Am I attacking back? I am. Okay. Should be fine then. Yeah. After testing the model a little bit here, the leadership is going to make this a slogfest. I think the leadership alone will make this a bit of a slugfest, so it's a good job I'm testing it. So I'm going to have to stop the leadership bonuses, as I think it's going to make it too tedious. But maybe ramp up the melee damage? Don't know. Because even now, the AI's cheats is kind of savage. I really don't want to lose my general here. Let's give myself some speed. But as you guys know, 100% speed of 100% of 0 is still 0. Classic dwarven speed. Hey Santiago, good to see you, matey. Hope you're well. Let's see if I can move over here and then move towards my units as well. Just got to kill us whatever I can. I think shooting whatever we're able to as well is going to be a good idea. Quick question, the 4 times modifier is combat or something else? It's everything. Basically, what we've done is simulated what it's like to play against 4 legendary campaigns at once. Is effectively what we are currently simulating in the game. I am fighting against 4 legendary campaigns at once. So even goblins will beat my dwarf warriors, basically. But what we're testing currently is that I think the leadership bonuses that it gives the units is probably a bit too much. Because everything effectively has Unbreakable, theoretically. And I think that probably will need to be tuned down. Because I want to make sure it's challenging, but it's not just a slugfest, right? And very quickly I can feel like it could become a bit of a slugfest. Okay, Victor's in our grasp, which is going to be good, but we should still be able to do this, because as you can see, like, a northern normal orc boys is 56 melee weapon strength. And 45 melee defense right now. But if you take a look at Battlesey Iron Brown, this is a wonderful mod that has been created for us. And you can see, look at his headset with the runes on it.
Do not shame your ancestors, Dowie Venerable.
So if you ever wanted to play a Bolden Dowie with a headset on,
Battlesey Iron Brown is your man. Do not shame your ancestors, Dowie Venerable.
if the general comes around, we'll actually start smoking him. But low-key, we're going to shoot the squig herds here. As those squig herds will do a lot of damage. If given the opportunity, because they've got insane stat line. So the general's not moving over, but he will kick my butt. As he's 660 goddamn weapon strength. So it looks like we managed to push through that one. I don't believe there's that many units left, thankfully. A couple hits into the general and we're probably done though. Let us stop shooting. Let's start hitting the wall. I might have to be a little bit careful with this, guys. Wrath of Ruin being able to be casted permanently is so nice. God, Tower's Vision removes Stalk. Man, it's crazy how many iterations the game's gone through to avoid cheese. Back in my day, I could take Karagvar, whatever it's called, and turn 2 with Grimgore. Back in my day, you used to be able to cheese the AI. I mean, the cheese is still very much possible. There's a lot you can still do. It's nowhere near as prominent as it once was, though. Do you guys prefer it when it's cheesy or nah? I suppose like the logic is that if you want it to be cheesy, then you'll do it. Then you'll play it cheesy. 129 goddamn leadership is bonkers. That means even if Army Loss bonus comes in, he might not rout. Just for context. Let me move the guys without ammo. Right, cinematic and awesome. Field hall!
Our fire undimmed!
Follow me, Joey, brethren. It is time to take this scum Orcan keep. We cannot shame our ancestors this day, brethren. It is our time to fulfill the Layer's oath. With me, brethren, pick up your axes and your shields.
It is a reckoning!
Oh, thankfully it's actually on my side. Hey, knock Jim, please. Wow, look at this. 12 HP on a goblin. Still fight him. Calprans. Vlad had 20 armies doing nothing, and 10 turns later, none came with 1 or 2 tanks and killed them. Really? That is a bit silly. Oh no! Oh no! 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 I stopped paying attention.
It is an order!
Right, we gotta pray for Amos bonus, otherwise we're cooked. Oh, thank God I can outrun him because he's a big fat orc. Thank God.
Casting the runes.
Oh shit, ancestors, Joey, brethren.
For the
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Warriors, nothing can stop us.
41 weapon strength as well on these guys is wild. Let's capture this one real quick. Let's run away from this guy with 124 leadership and 75 melee defense. It's not ideal. What I probably could do is cast Wrath of Ruin here. I don't believe Wrath of Ruin will... Overcasted version of it will mess us up here. Also tried building a campaign without training units until having Katakay peaks is quite fun. You can trade settlements to get a very quick alliance with Icaclaw if you wanted to. But you'd have to shame your ancestors for sure doing that. So it depends if you want to shame your ancestors or not. It was One Pitchman that I believe made that strat. Well, I saw it from One Pitchman anyway. Others may have replicated it. But you can do some really janky stuff with selling settlements. Like, if you have a military building inside of your settlement, it makes it worth so much more. One shot on you. Let's keep moving around. Basically, just going to avoid fighting the general where possible, as he will crush all of my units.
For vengeance, iron breakers, dwarf warriors for the ancestor gods.
Reposition because this guy's formation is horrendous.
Thoric iron brow.
Alright, 31 speed. Oh, 20. Oh my god, he's actually going to catch me up. If he could one-shot.
What?
Wait, with the charge bonus he has, he may theoretically one-shot my general.
As you like.
I'm really hoping that Amelos bonus kicks in soon.
Iron breakers.
I'm not gonna lie, boys.
Vengeance.
I'm very hopeful Amelos bonus is gonna kick in soon, otherwise I'm probably gonna die.
Vengeance.
Oh, climbing the hill, if he gets the charge bonus, he will actually kill me. No joke, if he actually charges and gets the charge animation while climbing, he will kill me.
Runesmith. Come
I really
on.
need... oh, thank God. Wait, he's still got leadership. He still has leadership, and Amelos bonus has kicked in. I'm cooked.
Age, wealth, and skill. The anvil's might.
He still has leadership, chat. We're cooked.
Thoric iron brow.
Right, I'll slow him down at least.
By
I wonder if I
Grundy.
can...
Master
Oh,
of
thank God.
Runecraft.
I think we did so since he got exhausted and he was climbing, and the flanks was exposed. It made him rout. So that's the sort of stuff that we're dealing with here. The AI that I'm fighting against quite literally has Unbreakable. But as long as we play it smart, we should be okay. Dedicator for Katakazor. Ah, fine, okay. Do you guys think you should be able to interact with Gorfag and basically pay him to give you settlements? What I would love is a campaign in multiplayer where if I'm playing with like a newer friend to the Total War series, I could play Maneater and basically get him to pay me to help him so I can teleport around the map for him. It's basically like the anti-Wood Elf, basically. I think it'd be sick to do that. On the flip side, you do have the Changeling where you can quite literally torture people. I know what you cooking. I think it'd be cool, right, Joshu? I think it'd be sick. Because I have so many friends of mine that would love to play Total War, but it's quite hard to get into. I will admit, it's not an easy game to get into. Alright, let's get some Gold Warriors as well.
Unbending.
We're in a path of home. We will go into these bad boys eventually. This is the new unique elements of this Dowie mod, of the Battlesey Ironbrow mod. As you can see, it is your boy. But it doesn't change the gameplay too much. Probably should be going into sharpened weapons, as I don't think doing tanking more will have value. I think interlocking shields is going to be really good as well.
Rune Lord.
Do not answer your shame, it's true. True words have never been spoken. 3 more turns, not going to go my capital. Why did I declare war on the Lizardmen, by the way? Can one of you guys let me know why I declared war on the Lizardmen? Why did I do that? Content? True.
Summon me if you dare.
Says it yes to pop up. You're not wrong, lad. You're really not wrong, lad. And to anyone in the chat, if you want to play in an FFA campaign this weekend, join the Discord and let me know, as we'll be hopefully playing an FFA this weekend. What mod is this, South Patch? This is a home-cooked mod made by 2 different people. The first is the wonderful the Nostian. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Made the Battlesey Ironbrow mod. It's in the description. The second one is emulating legendary campaigns 4 times. So it's effectively emulating what a legendary campaign would be like 4 times. And that one was made by the wonderful Grackle. So that is what we are currently playing. But I'm not a fan of killing lizards though, I'm not going to lie. As even without cheats, they're insane.
Ironbrow.
Surely taking the settlement would give me part of my quest done.
March.
Then it'll hinder my ability to recruit. I could probably sell it though.
Make it fit for the
Do I get on chat side?
Why do the dwarves
I am a mere humble servant to the chat.
Forms and baseless pride.
Who's my favourite Dowie campaign? Great question. All of them. As a dwarven lover, I love them all. But if I'm going to be objective, I would probably say Ungrim, to be honest.
The Slayer Oath.
Master Rune Lord.
To die in battle.
I like Ungrim a lot. I actually voice acted, I was doing a video and I voice acted an entire battle scene of dwarves and slayers, and I absolutely destroyed my voice doing it, and I never released it. I should have done. Oh, I'm so cooked. Scarbrand's rank 5. Scarbrand is likely to attack me, to be honest.
The flesh from your skull with my bare hands.
Hold on, let me cook. You're telling me I can get a defensive alliance with a supercharged Scarbrand? I don't even want to think about what his army's going to be like. The thing is, though, if I did this, you're all going to hate me. Can I tell you capital? It's not my capital. It's the one I took from. It's the settlement I took over here, and it's because it has a military building in it. That's why it's rated so highly. If you guys don't know, if you trade a settlement, make sure there's a military building in it. If there's a military building in it, you do it. You can get a lot of bonuses. I'd take that. I think I have to, because of the fact that the lizardmen are gonna crush me otherwise. Because if you can see this right here, this is the bonus that they're gonna get. I will have to fight an army of theirs, of a Scarbrand army with demons, with this bonuses over here. You see that over there? That little box over there? That is emulating 4 legendary cheats, basically. 4 legendary campaign cheats is what it's emulating. Alongside the recruitment cost, everything. And that's what I'm going to have to fight. So I don't think I can defend myself if I do it otherwise. So I think I have to. If I was playing smart, this would be what I'd need to do. If I was trying to be smart, this is exactly what I should do. I'm going to be hated by everybody around me, but I need to do this. It's the only way of doing it. Because look, I can see where Scarbrand is. Oh my god, I can't see what his thing... I can't see what his stats are, but I can guarantee it's bonkers. With his weapon, he probably has well over 1,000 damage now. It's strange that my defensive alliance, I can't see their army. Although I can probably give him this stuff. 1. I can make him bankrupt if I wanted to, but I probably shouldn't just yet because I need to get a bit of healing. Because every single army of his now has that cheat to them. So I can leverage the AI having cheats. AI friends have bonuses on map, but on battle. Every faction has those bonuses apart from me. It's a very unlikely alliance, but I think I have to take it, because especially with the lizardmen coming to try to fight me, what I'm probably going to need to do is keep recruiting quarrelers, transition quarrelers completely into my main army, apart from an Ironbreaker, and then basically pray to God that I can survive, basically.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Oh, I can get Thanes. Do you know what? I don't think Thanes is better than Quarreler. It's actually the unique situation where I do not think heroes are going to be that useful. Because a hero can't, unless it's like max rank, will not outperform a Quarreler in battle. I don't think he'd be even remotely close. Like, if you were to simulate that, I can almost guarantee that it wouldn't even be remotely close.
Ready?
Oh, of course, I can get the units as well. Horn Gores could be hella useful. God, this changes the dynamics so much. Never before have I seen anybody use...
As you like.
I don't think I've ever been able to get an alliance with Scarbrand before, so this is going to be interesting.
Talk if you must.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was declaring war on me. I'm not going to lie. I kid you not, I deadass thought he was about to declare war on me, and I'm like, for God's sake. That's what I deserve. That is what I deserve. I'll call it the Iron Richards, if that's alright. Bit more family friendly. More monstrous kind of time consume. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. This is more of a test run to see how it performs and see how well it, and see what it's like. Because ultimately, what I'd like to do is make the mod more balanced for anyone to play it. And I'm starting to think the leadership is a bit too far. It just depends, right? It depends on how you want to, who I want to cater it towards. If you hate yourself, then the mod's perfect, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? The mod's perfect as is.
What's up?
I'll give you the handbreakers. The question is, if I do take Lamia,
Do not let my
Shape
death
Pursuit Kings
mask
get
unnerve
as
you.
I have no money.
Approach and
Nice experiment, agreed.
Oregonad!
For me, what I like to do is just to limit test as much as possible. Okay, so the bonuses to this guy isn't that bad because of the fact that the garrison units are already... In fairness, 45 melee defense is pretty insane though.
Will be tested.
I will admit, 45 melee defense is kind of bonkers. Alright, at least we got the armor and we got a bit of money.
Tried and tested.
Forge is now available to us. We definitely need a Rune of Wrath and Rune. Wait, is the Ring of Grimnir the magic ability? It's not. I think it'd never be worth it on Ungrim anyway. Excuse me, Thoric, as his item is just insanely good anyway. Who remembers when you used to be able to get health as a rune? I remember.
If you want something done
Battlesey
right,
doesn't forget. I remember. Old Battlesey does not
arcane
forget.
wisdom. Summon me if you dare.
The backspace metal, by the way, is this. You basically stop your movement
Let us be about
like this, which allows you to attack stuff
Shoulder axes, lads.
very easily. So if you're worried about them running away from you, you can effectively go into their attack radius, which is the circle around here. So the red circle around anything, it's a circle of influence, is what that's defined as. So within that circle of influence, if you are in that circle of influence, they can't run away from you. They have to interact with you. They're effectively forced to interact with you at that stage. I'm playing this Warhammer 1, that's fair enough. What's everyone's favourite campaigns? What's everyone's favourite faction? I mean, mine's obviously dwarves, you guys know me. But my second favourite is definitely up to debate. Now that is a good question. My second favourite faction is definitely up for debate. What is this one? A healer's camp. Chance... Wait, that's insane! A healer's camp. That is so good. But after the range got nerfed for Game 3, they don't feel as fun. Every single unit in the game got nerfed.
Always our best.
Everything by literally 50% minimum was nerfed inside of Warhammer 3. If you can compare the ranged output of Warhammer 2 to Warhammer 3, it is a minimum of 50%. To have ice dragons with gold, but you can't sadly. Only with a mod, there's Vassal. Right. Yeah. Golfang is a very cool lord. I think he is probably the epitome of greenskin faction. I think the challenge that I have with Grimgor is that he is an insanely good duelist, but there is too much mobility in the game now for him to be anywhere near as good. Like, if you look at when he was released into the game, there was very few things that could kind of outmaneuver him and have more value, right? But then you look at any type of magic, if you look at any type of range things, it is just so much better. Let's go with growth as well.
Be sure to put your oath gold to good use.
Thank you.
Rune Lord of Karakazol.
I do want to swap and transition these over. So the Vampire Lord's going to be a bit of a problem.
Yes.
Get some quarrels in there. One of my favourite looking units is the a Beastman variant, but with the influence of Zinch. So it's blue. I love that so much. I actually think it looks so sick.
Ready?
That's more like it. Do you know what? I don't know if I still have the bonuses of Thoric. I do. Such a nice bonus. Did you give me any like dwarven like Battlesey specific traits? I'm not sure if you did. In fairness, it's not needed. Okay. Dark Elves are still fun.
Tried and tested.
Yeah, Shades are still insane. Thanks. I don't know if I'm going to build any of this just yet. Let me... where is it? Outpost available. Let me get rid of that on the notifications, and it won't remind me anymore. It shall not remind me anymore. Very handy tool, that thing over there. Very handy tool. Ooh, Temple of Skulls is over there. So I am likely to have some lizardman friends moving nearby. There is a full army over here. I think Scarbrand recruits normally, because he's not Warriors of Chaos. If he was Warriors of Chaos, then it would change the dynamic of the battle. Do you know, I'm pretty happy with the mod state, to be honest. I think it's adding definite layers. Gonna have to try and figure out the best dynamic to it though.
Hammer and anvil.
I'm gonna need to start filtering some experience into a secondary lord as well. So let me encircle that. If you don't know, any secondary lord inside the battle receives 50% experience of the main lord.
Strong. So it's war. Good.
That one, even with the insane cheats, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. 200 is still pretty criminal to us.
For starters.
We've actually got our Anvil of Doom now. It looks sick, by the way it's been done. Hey, Floki, welcome, buddy. Floki modding. Oh, are you? Have you made any mods inside of Total War?
Iron Will.
Do we go? We'll go stream a look if we need it. We won't do it just yet. Made a battle AI mod. Ooh. Wait, hold on. Let him cook. Let me check one of the mods that I am using. The Die Hard one. Is it the Hecleus AI overhaul or the hardest difficulty mod? Did you make any of those? I know there's two of them that I'm aware of. I think that was created by Zach. Might be the Deep War AI. Interesting. I'll have to check it out, mate. Let me search it. I'm always for making the game harder for challenges and stuff. I am all for making the game harder with silly mods and stuff like that. Let's have a look. How did you balance? How did you justify the balances? Oh yeah, here we go. Slightly smarter AI mod. Ooh. Can be cheesed quite efficiently. Okay. AI should no longer bombard own troops. Hold on, let me share my screen as well, so I can share what I'm looking at. AI should no longer bombard own troops with artillery. Classic. Manage summons more carefully. Should not waste their summons. Manufacturers are not handcuffed by battle area anymore. That's good. What is that? The randomly associated like tokens certain factions get that make them better than others. Bonus food performance in sieges. Ooh, this is interesting. How did you change this out of interest? Because the AI behavior in sieges is really bad right now. I'll subscribe to it and give it a go. Thank you for being here.
If you want something done right,
I'm all for learning and trying new things, my friend. Let me go into some stat lines. I'm going to need it to defend myself. You can tweak some modifiers. Yeah, you are hindered to testing it. It's quite difficult though. That doesn't surprise me.
I'm listening.
It's one of those things where when you're trying to simulate like a ton of things at once, it's very difficult to really understand
for
it.
war.
Because there is so many variations in this game. I think people really underestimate sometimes kind of the sheer levels of complexity that can kind of go into a campaign. And I definitely don't envy CA having to balance all that. Because one thing could have dramatic reach. Yeah, it's quite crazy to be honest. Alright, so we somehow managed to befriend Scarbrand, which is pretty cool. I am going to be very interested to see how Glorok responds to what we've done though. As we did declare war on him because the grudges said so. I mean, it's a good job we did. Oh. Wait, did Scarbrand just lose territory to Manfred? He didn't, right? Surely. Am I blind? You mod Paradise games. Nice. Have you done any, like, Crusader Kings mods? I love Crusader Kings, man. I'm telling you, it's so good. Will we see Battlesey's Baldur's Gate 3 as a Dwarven Slayer? Funny you said that. On release, I actually did something very similar. On the release of Baldur's Gate 3, I generally did a stream similar to that. Hold on. I might have an really old TikTok video from ages ago that shows it. Like from a really old video. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. Hold on, let me show you guys. It's actually pretty sick. Hold on, let me go to that one. And then do this. Look at this. My guy was called Durin... what did I call him? Durin Firebeard? Yeah.
My name is Durin Firebeard, and I'm a dowie.
It was goated.
Time for a reckoning.
My voice was absolutely cooked, though. Because what I tried to do was basically do the Dwarven voice the entire time, and it absolutely brutalized my voice. It was brutal. I don't think I've ever received such battering since to my voice in a long time. Let me upgrade the minus elements now, as it's going to be worth it. I am looking. Let me put a military building in here because it's going to increase the value so much. And we can scam out Scarbrand for some money. Whoa, one of those popular for CK2. Nice, man. That's dope. Ooh, I have a rebellion here. I actually can't stop the rebellion. That is very unfortunate.
Time for a reckoning.
Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of that rebellion because the AI is going to be supercharged. Well, hopefully we don't lose our capital, because that would suck. Yeah, isn't there subclasses and stuff that they've done? Like, Baldur's Gate does it really good. I actually finished my Baldur's Gate run with some great friends of the channel. Lionheart, Darko, and Haxo. And I cosplayed as an orc. I was Grimgore and a human hybrid. And I basically... Spoiler alert for Baldur's Gate, if you don't want to hear spoilers about how the story goes. Here's a warning. I, at the very end, was basically saying that I couldn't resist the power that was overcoming me. And I became the absolute, or the chosen. And I basically said that, you know, it is... I can't remember what I called myself. Smash something or other. It was a very silly name. And I was like, it smashes the world and you guys are living in it. But no, it was very, very amusing to play the orc that I did. I'm going to try and find where the hell these guys are, because I'm a little worried that I don't know where they are. And stopping your route to limit? Yeah, it makes sense.
Will be settled.
It does make sense. You very much got to be careful. Alright, let me see how bad this is. Oh, it's Skaven as well.
No, you failed.
So fried. Didn't siege me straight away, I'm gonna just
For
die.
the wisdom of the land.
Because, fun fact, if you don't know, military buildings will determine the strength of the rebellion.
Rune Lord.
Fun fact for y'all if you didn't know. Right, and I can also show you, military buildings massively increase the price of settlements. So watch this. If I get this one, he might even trade me this one, even though it's a capital. No. It looks like he doesn't want to trade his settlements, but if you have a look over here, 57. He'd give me 9.2k for it. Stonks. Plus makes him happy with me. And it cash floats me. Floats my cash a lot as well. It's very silly the way that trading settlements work. It really is. Oh, that was a good stretch. Do you know when you just get that, just a beautiful stretch? Ooh. I can't win two settlements. I can't win against two armies at once, I don't think. I mean, even normally I would struggle against one. Let me check to see what his strength is. It's too powerful in this game? I would agree. I honestly would agree. I think they've gotten to the point where they don't know how to fix it either. Honestly, what I would love is if they replicate how trading ancillaries in Three Kingdoms works and shifted that into Warhammer 2, Warhammer 3 as well. Like, if you could buy a Talisman Preservation, that'd be sick. Oh my god, look at these Saurus Warriors, man. 86 weapon strength. 5150. God. All because of the insane cheats that I've given the AI. Is Krokar mounted as well? He is, so he's on the horned one. Oh. 98 weapon strength. This is turn 12, by the way. He's going to solo my armor. He honestly potentially could. Right. Do you know what? Guys, do make sure to check out the Discord if you haven't joined it already. We're going to be hopefully doing an FFA during the weekend. But you're not honestly wrong. So if you guys don't know, this is insanely good strategy that you can do. If you were to siege the settlement with this one, with this army, and then since the army is sieged, they can't reinforce, which would then allow us to attack the army on the outside. And just like that, we can isolate them. So you know, we'll quickly do this one. I will quickly fight this army, and then we'll call it quits, and then go to bed. It's a very effective way to effectively isolate armies. And the good thing is there's not many shields on this army either. So my crawlers should have a field day. I'm telling you, what am I call it? The spider that I had to fight very early on was brutal to kill. My only worry and concern here is the sheer amount of leadership that they have. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of leadership levels we're talking about. The terrain is not the best, I'll be honest with you. The terrain is definitely not the best. Joshua, welcome back, mate. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit more units coming in. Hopefully I don't have to fight them in elevation. As fighting them in elevation is just basically a death sentence. Oh my god, 95. If they had frenzy, they would be in the hundreds. Alright, at least we got Rune of Doom. I'm honestly in love with this mod. The fact that you made a Battlesey character as a dwarf is just so cool. Yeah, like I said, one of the goals that I would love. Who made this mod? I'll link it. Let me link it to you. It will always have a special place in my heart as it's goaded. It is the wonderful, the Nostian. Share it. And to the tubers, guys, it's in the description. That one is this one. Let's have a look. Should probably start doing some damage to the Saurus Warriors and start legging it. I can lure a couple of them over, I don't mind it at all. Although they are insanely quick. Are they? 31. They're not actually that bad. Yeah, they're moving towards my grudge throws at least, which is not too bad. You know, I actually will stop shooting with these guys because I think it's going to be more effective just to kill them with quarrelers, to be honest. Their charge animation is going to probably make them a little bit faster than me, but it should be okay. I don't have to worry too much here. Tease them a little bit here. Okay, now they're on the way. Now they're going to stack up, and we start firing into stacks here, which is exactly what we're looking for. Anytime the AI is going to stack up like this with multiple layers of them, that is absolutely free game. Yeah, beautiful hits coming in. That's what we're looking for. So we have unbreakable Saurus Warriors currently, so that'll be fun to deal with. Gonna have to wait and see how we can handle that one, as they have a ton of leadership from an abundance of different reasons. Lisbon are about to feel what it is, the wrath of the quarrelers coming through as the arrows rain upon us this day. Praise be the sun. Reminds me of that certain movie where the guy's just basically like putting his arms up just like this. And doesn't get touched by a single arrow. Wow, we slaughtered him.
Quarrelers, killers!
Definitely need to be guard mode, that's for damn sure. So it's probably worth not shooting anymore. The only reason I say that is because of the fact that these guys have a ton of HP. They have an absolute ton of HP. Yeah, the general is going to be a bit of a challenge, but it should be okay. Once they stack up, we'll get the damage coming through. Yeah, they've nicely stacked up for us here. Let's get the Rune of Doom kicking off as well. First, I think, to make sure that we've got fear in everybody, just so we can hold the line.
Wrath and ruin!
Let's start kicking off with this. Intercept over here, intercept over here. You intercept over this side. And let's move into this side. One of the biggest things you can always do is consolidate your magic to one area. For example, if I cast it over this side, yes, I'll do a lot of damage, but it won't actually provide and mean anything. I'm looking to kill entities where possible. Let's move back. This guy's got anti-large, plus he's got insane juiced up stats. So we will get battered if we stay there. We managed to hinder some of the units coming from attacking us, so we can keep the pressure up here. Let's just try and focus on anything we can without a shield, really. These guys are going to get absolutely slaughtered, so let's probably start shooting these guys. You know it's bad when even your Iron Richards are getting slaughtered.
We have scores to settle. Grudge thrower. Get moving.
In some ways, I wish I positioned a little bit better. I didn't position very well for the hill. So that's definitely a lessons learned from my side.
Reach far, reach fast.
Okay.
War of vengeance.
Might be able to get some sneaky hits off with 2 of them. He's moving, the absolute legend. I don't know why, because we've got guard mode on. Which is interesting gaming move by them. I misclicked it. Ah, there you go.
It is a reckoning.
It is always the user error. Do you know what? I would love to move to this side. To get some back shots. They have no shields. None of their front line have shields. So I don't think it'll help too much, but yeah, back shots are always a good idea. Taking back shots whenever you can is a good idea. Wait. Shooting the enemy from behind is a good idea. Just realised the context of that one. Needed a little bit of clarification there. Looks like the melee front line is going to be struggling a little bit, but the particularly let's move the artillery to get some good shots here. So let's go into a wide division here, just so we don't friendly fire. Wow, the general got slaughtered. I'm surprised by that. Genuinely pleasantly surprised by that. Amnos bonus potentially? Yeah, nice.
Let the vengeance begin.
Beautiful. And some of them still surviving through Aminos bonus, classic. Yeah, this Lord over here still has leadership even with the Aminos bonus. That's a classic. Alright, that wasn't too bad of a battle. I mean, our front line got absolutely mulched, though, in fairness. But I feel like that was bound to happen. If I can get a artillery shot and I can get a arrow, some shots through arrows, I can make him morale. I mean, if I had something like liquid fortification, it might actually help a lot. There you go. So the second artillery -8. Yeah. I'm actually intrigued to see how this does. So if I can get some arrow shots in there, we might be chilling. Attack by artillery plus attack by ranged and burn and missile fire should help a lot. Yeah, there you go. Done. There's hidden regen boost to thorax armor passive. Ooh, okay. Love that little cheekiness. Right. But, lads, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Yeah. I like this testing. I think the mod definitely is interesting. We'll maybe need to cook it up a little bit more. I still don't know how I feel about the leadership. We'll have to test it more, to be honest. I think we just need to make sure I'm testing it a little bit more to understand it. Because right now I can't really conclude if it's good or bad. But we'll see. We'll see. But once again, really love the mod. I think it's so sick. Makes me very happy playing it. Makes me very happy. We'll probably continue this on, or I'll think about another one to play. We'll just have to think about it. In the meantime, we're going to be probably practicing Warhammer 3, or Warcraft 3, excuse me. As I've signed up for a tournament Turin is hosting, so we'll probably be practicing quite a bit of the old tournament stuff. and playing Warcraft 3 for the first time, properly anyway. If it doesn't save, I'll save it myself. Let's chuck a save down. Boom. And on the tubers, I'm going to love you and leave you, boys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Much love to each and every one of you guys. Alright,